Welcome to Blade HQ, everybody. Today is February 27th, 2023, and we are talking about new knives for the week. We've got high-end custom knives, budget-friendly knives, a greasy bag of fast food, and everything in between. Let's talk knives. We're going to start today with the Begg Knives Production Kwaiken. So if you've heard of Todd Begg, he is a custom knife maker who is known for his very artistic style. One of the first knives I ever saw when I started at Blade HQ was a Begg Knives Bodega custom called The Hunt. We'll see if we can flash a picture of it up here. It was the knife that convinced me that knives can also be a medium for art. And Todd Begg is one of the most artsy of them all, but he also makes a great user, like this Kwaiken, which has very much the fingerprints of Todd Begg. Great art looks, this nice carbon fiber bolster, and these rosewood inlays that remind me a lot of like an acoustic guitar, but it's a pretty knife and it only goes for $120, which I think is really great. It gets you a very good knife that has the fingerprints of a master knife maker on it, as we said earlier, but it also is affordable. And that's something that you don't see a whole lot when those big names in the knife industry come to make a production knife. Next up, on the more budget-friendly side, we have the Daggerr, I don't know how many R's. There's 2 R's in the brand name, but I like to throw a million on there. Urban2. And this one goes for $29.99 and it gets you an 8CR13 MOV blade and this FRN handle, but it's a dagger. And I love me some dagger knives because their designs are very reminiscent of a lot of more popular USA made brands, but they are very affordable and they're still good quality. Feels nice in the hand. It's got this little interesting lump here. I don't know what you call this, but that's sort of the trademark look of a dagger knife. And then a little glass breaker. Great everyday carry, tactical crossover knife, if you ask me. It's a great thing, comes in a bunch of different colors and blade finishes, whatever you're doing. A great collectible knife, especially from this whole brand, because all of them are very affordable. But this is a brand new one, check it out. Next up, we have a new offering from CRKT. And this one has a little feature that I don't quite understand how they did. I've seen a lot of knives in my day, and I can often guess how they made these things, but I have no idea how this G10 came to be. However they pulled it off, this gives you the look and feel of that peened texture that you see on a lot of copper and brass, but the weight savings and the grip and performance that you get out of G10, and I really appreciate that. Also on the blade, instead of the typical D2, we see a Sandvik 12C27. That's fun to see. I like seeing these Sandvik steels come more into the light because I think they're some of the most underrated out there. Deep carry pocket clip, and it's a CRKT Pilar 3, so it's a knife we know and love. Got a nice Vox design behind it, and you can get it for $69.99 at bladehq.com right now. Really a great choice. Next up, in this very good looking box, we have the Harber brand Regal. So we got a few of these customs in, and they have these really nice machined boxes that kind of contribute to the whole appearance. But then these are custom knives through and through. Absolutely beautiful pieces of art. This one's got this wood inlay, and I picked it because it has this herringbone Damascus blade. It's a Damascus pattern that you don't see a whole lot of because it takes quite the master to make it because you can only have one corner of a fold in there. And I really appreciate a good herringbone when I see it. And then it's got this lock. It reminds me of the hawk locks on other knives. I don't know what officially it's called, but it's a really nice knife. And a single thumb stud with a nice flicky action, but it is absolutely gorgeous and it's built like an everyday carry knife, just with the finest of materials, craftsmanship, and attention to detail. And then last on the table, we don't have a greasy bag of fast food, but up the same alley, we have the Flytanium Tatersong. So you may have seen the Flytanium Tatersong Z. In fact, that's been my everyday carry butterfly knife for a little while. Mine's a little beat up, but it's a lot of fun. But if you wanted to take yours and give it a little bit of extra spice, that's where this guy comes in. It's got a napkin to keep your fingers all not greasy. Let's see if I can make a whole experience out of this. You open it up, you've got tomato, ketchup, you've got a nice little sticker, and then wrapped up in this foil, you have the Flytanium Tatersong, which is, of all the butterfly knives I've seen, this one might have the most distinctive appearance. These like crinkle cut handle scales are so different from anything else I've ever handled. And these handles are hand Cerakoted, this yellow color, And it's got this very standard blade profile, and sometimes people get a little nervous about a blade profile like this because in the silhouette, it's a little hard to see which side is the bite handle and which side is the safe handle, and you can accidentally give yourself a ring of shame if you're not careful. But with this one, it's very clear. The straight edge is safe, the curved edge is dangerous. It flips like you'd expect a Flytanium to flip. It's running on bearings, so if you're a bearings person, this is great for you, but I think the real reason to pick this up is it is just something else. It is so far off the beaten path of knives. So it's like, you have a butterfly knife? They're probably expecting something that looks like it's out of a spy movie. You pull out this bad boy. Yeah, I got a butterfly knife. It's got ketchup on it if you want it. And then it's got that bally boot as well, which is the way to carry a Flytanium butterfly knife. Then you just wrap her all back up and put her back in the fast food container, and you're off to the races. So those are going for $385 at BladeHQ.com right now, and you can pick yours up and it'll come with this whole experience, and you'll just have so much fun with it. Anyway, that's all the knives we got this week. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you next time.